What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we have another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Indigo Disc leak and rumor update to share with you all today. In today's video, we're going to talk more about Terrapagos, the story behind the Indigo Disc, and a future Pokemon event coming to the DLC. And of course, guys, if you like this type of content, enjoy these videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. Let's begin where we pretty much ended the last video, talking about this book. Do you agree on this book, especially the first part? And this book is talking about a brief history of humankind. Now, he only wants us to read the first part, and I'll bring this up as a refresher for people who missed the last video. But this guy says, the cognitive revolution occurred around 70,000 to 30,000 years ago. It allowed Homo sapiens to communicate at a level never seen in language. As far as we know, only Homo sapiens can talk about things we've never seen, touched, or smelled. Think religions, myths, legends, and fantasies. Essentially, he's saying only humans have imagination. Other things don't have an ability to actually have an imagination. We can create things out of thin air in our minds. And that's what makes us human, or one of the many reasons that makes us human, and language and all that good stuff. Now, following up on this, Riddle tweeted this out. Just a question, if you could use your fiction power to create a time machine and then use the time machine to summon paradoxes, how would you call this? Now, what does he actually mean by this? Well, we are suspecting that, one, Terrapagos has the ability to use a human's imagination to make something come to reality. And the other leading theory is Terrapagos just allowed time travel into the past or the future to happen. Now, I am much more leaning towards imagination, where Terrapagos and the professor interacted, and the professor was dreaming about, having the paradox Pokemon exist. They wanted to go into the past, or they wanted to go into the future to see different Pokemon that don't exist. And they are called paradox Pokemon. If you don't know what paradox means it's something that exists that shouldn't exist. It doesn't make any sense. And that's why I'm leaning towards imagination. Now, he is putting this out there. What if it's both? What if the actual paradox is a time machine actually existing, and then this time machine summoned the paradoxes from either the future or in the past, depending on your game? Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of this. I don't think this is what's going to happen, because I think that's a little bit more confusing. I'm not a big fan of saying these Pokemon are from the past, like the Scarlet ones, right? My big thing against that is there's no fossils for any of these Pokemon. They don't have fossils or anything like that. They're called paradox Pokemon. They're things that exist that shouldn't exist. And if they are Pokemon from the past, they should have fossils. That's just my big take on this. Is like, I don't think maybe there is like a time machine that was created from Terrapagos, but I don't think the time machine actually led back into the past. Maybe to an alternate dimension. I could lead towards that more than actual reality, because that's one of the things. Because when you look at the Dex entries, pretty much no one has ever seen these Pokemon ever before, and that wouldn't make any sense because they would have fossils out there in the world that people would have found, and that really doesn't make any sense in this case. So I'm still team, hey, this is going to be some sort of imagination thing. Sure, maybe a time machine was created from Terrapagos, and then the Pokemon that were pulled from it were either from another dimension, or even the Pokemon were just made from the imagination, but the time machine was the facilitator of the paradox Pokemon just coming through into current day. So that's where I currently stand. Let me know in the comment section below what you personally think on that. But I think we are definitely going to come down to a more of a debate at this point about what is actually going on with this thing. Now, of course, Game Freak may not even give us a definitive answer about this when the plot ends. It still may be one of those fan theory debate things forever on YouTube, which, there's still a bunch of those from the past Pokemon games. Game Freak doesn't necessarily always answer the question in full, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. But hopefully they do have a nice conclusion to the Indigo Disc story. And once again, looking at these paradox Pokemon designs, to me, these feel more fairy tale. I mean, the big thing is like looking at Suicune. There's no, or like Walking Wake, and Suicune's like relative in this case, right? There's just no way Walking Wake actually becomes a Suicune. That doesn't make any sense, especially from the conception of how Suicune was made, with Ho-Oh and the 3 Pokemon being revived. that just doesn't make any sense to me. So I definitely am leaning much more towards imagination than these Pokemon either like being as the predecessors or the future evolution counterparts to the Pokemon that we know in modern day, but we'll just have to wait and see for more. Now for some new images here. Riddler tweets this out. Its ability is to make his existence meaningful and it's to sell its cuteness while camping. So this is a piece of promotional artwork for the Pokemon anime. As you can see, we got the anime characters here, all the Pokemon from the anime, but it is featuring Terrapagos, and it is also Indigo Disc as well as a combination. So what does this say to me? One, this says to me that it's cuteness while camping. So, you know, you make a picnic, you camp. Well, Terrapagos, the first form, this baby form, is going to be the main form of the Pokemon. When you send out the Pokemon in battle, this is the form that's going to come out. This will be a battle form. The big shell form is going to be its Terra form. This is going to be exactly how Ogerpon works, where, oh, you got the Pokemon comes out, but when you Terras, oh, it's a whole new form. It's just going to be a lot more drastic for Terrapagos, because obviously it's going to be a massive shell. And I do wonder what the stat distribution is going to be, if it's actually going to change its stats more when it does, because it looks like it probably would, considering, you know, how much more ferocious and stronger and bulkier it looks when it is all Terra'd up. A little bit different to Ogerpon in that regard, but you know, this is honestly a cute Pokemon for sure, and I can see why they made it like this. This is definitely a marketable Pokemon. This is definitely a Pokemon they're gonna have all over the commercials and things like that, and trying to sell merch with the first form of Terrapagos. But I know some people are debating, oh, is this form gonna be a form that you actually catch? Yes, you probably will be able to catch this form and use it. I don't think you'll catch Terrapagos necessarily in this form, maybe in its actual big Terra form when you fight it. But, you know, we're going to have to wait and see how that happens in the story. I'm sure we're going to have to fight the actual big form of the boss and then catch it. And then this is the form we get to send out in battle. And then when we Terra, it's going to have that big turtle form below. Now, we have one more thing. And we have an upcoming Pokemon event that is now confirmed from Centro here. Lapras confirmed for Indigo Disc. An event will take place in December for Lucius Lapras from the anime. So this is another anime event. So we got the Dark Terra Charizard before, and now we are getting a Lapras. Now Lapras was not originally confirmed from official sources, but this is now going to be the official confirmation that we are getting Lapras in the Indigo Disc. And we got a nice little screenshot here, but you know, it's not a great screenshot, honestly. I can't really zoom in any further, and like it's like a little bit blurry over here. And it seems to be that the Lapras may come with a dive ball and a net ball. We don't know what its Terra is going to be. There's no information on here. This is all in Japanese, but this is pretty interesting stuff right here that we are going to be getting a Lapras event. It's probably going to have some sort of special Terra. Whatever the Terra it is in the anime, that's probably going to be the same one. It's probably not going to come in a Cherish Ball because the Charizard event did not have a Cherish Ball. So I'm expecting the exact same situation to occur here. But that is really interesting. And this leads us back to the data mine. And yes, Lapras is listed on the data mine. So the data mine is still correct. This should be held up as gospel. This is true. So all the Pokemon you see here are the Pokemon that are going to be making a return to the Indigo Disc. And they are going to be in the Indigo Disc Pokedex as well. So that's pretty nice that one, we're going to get a free Lapras. But I really would look forward to shiny hunting this thing in the actual DLC. Now, there we have it, guys. That is all the information we got. We are expecting a 7-star Terra raid to be announced this Sunday. And of course, I'll be covering that Terra raid with all the different guides, the builds, the solo builds, the one-hit KO, and of course, doing a live raid with the community there, so don't want to miss that. And of course, if you enjoyed this kind of content, enjoy my videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, and have a good one.